most powerful fighter in the world is about to get even more powerful. This is the F-22 Raptor. It's a monster of a machine far ahead of its time and even farther ahead of its peers. It has a stealth suite better than every fighter on the planet, an explosive arsenal that rivals bombers, a gatling gun that drills holes into tanks. It's a sensor suite that senses everything on the battlefield for miles, a propulsion and steering system that makes it as athletic as an Olympic gold medal winning gymnast, and so much more. Yet the US Air Force isn't stopping there. It is upgrading the Raptor to be even more than all it already is. The service recently awarded the Raptor's manufacturer, the largest defense company in the world, Lockheed Martin, a $270 million contract to integrate next-generation infrared defensive sensors on the Raptor. The system, known as the Infrared Defensive System, or IRDS for short, features TASC IRST sensors that enhance both survivability and lethality for the aircraft. This distributed set of embedded sensors is designed to provide advanced infrared capabilities, ensuring the F-22 remains effective against evolving threats now and in the future. And even this is not enough. The US Air Force could soon be putting a revolutionary hypersonic missile in the weapons bay of the Raptor, a hypersonic missile known simply as Mako. Sea airspace is one of the largest, most powerful military expositions in the United States. During Sea Airspace 2024, one weapon stood out strongly, its name Mako. Mako is the closest the United States has ever gotten to an actual hypersonic missile in service, according to manufacturers Lockheed Martin and Co-Aspire. This means a lot, especially considering that both China and Russia already have hypersonic missiles that are not only in service, but already been used in combat, as is the case with Russia. Mako was described as a multi-mission, highly capable, highly survivable, and affordable system capable of striking various types of targets. This event, Sea Airspace 2024, was the first time the glossy black missile with a cruciform set of tail fins would be unveiled to the public, which is quite something since the development of the weapon began over 7 years ago. The manufacturers unveiled the missile in a pitch aimed at the US Navy to absorb the missile into the service. This intention is somewhat clear in the missile's name, Mako. Mako is the name of the fastest shark in the sea. The Mako missile too will gnash its teeth in the seas and promises to be the fastest of its species too, or as close to it as possible. But this likely isn't the only plan. It wasn't even the plan. Years ago, when the development of Mako began, before Mako became Mako and was nameless, the missile was Lockheed Martin's offer for the US Air Force's Stand-and Attack Weapon program. This program aimed at providing aircraft the ability to strike enemy air defense systems and other anti-access systems. However, Lockheed Martin's offer fell short of impressive for the Air Force when compared to the offer from Northrop Grumman, and so Northrop Grumman won the program along with the $705 million contract that came with it. But the Navy doesn't seem to agree with this verdict. Mako appears to introduce a new level of lethality, hypersonic lethality, to virtually every existing main fighter in the US Navy and Air Force. This includes the F-15, F-16, FA-18, F-35, and the Raptor. For the F-35 and the Raptor, which are both 5th generation stealth fighters, Mako can not only be carried on their external hardpoints, but also internally in their weapon bays, which means these fighters can fly with the lethality of a hypersonic missile flying in their belly without having to compromise on their low observability stealth profile. A stealthy jet and hypersonic missile combo is simply out of this world. China and Russia cannot boast of this. It is also incredibly deadly, of course, thanks to the difficulty in intercepting a missile moving at more than 5 times the speed of sound, but also thanks to the insane capabilities of the F-22 Raptor. 2 decades ago, in 2005, the world's first 5th-generation fighter entered service. It was the F-22 Raptor, an air superiority fighter unlike anything before it, and really unlike anything even after it. It offered capabilities that quite literally changed the world. Here are those capabilities. Advanced stealth, Stealth made aircraft invisible. Stealth transformed fighter jets from dogfighting gladiators to silent killers in the sky. Stealth was a game changer, but stealth isn't one simple technology. It is an entire suite of technologies that make an aircraft more and more difficult to spot by enemy air defense systems. To achieve this on the Raptor, the fighter was built from the ground up with stealth in mind. First piece of metal to the very last, manufacturer Lockheed Martin paid attention to every detail. The fighter's hinges are hidden. The airframe is shaped to scatter detection waves instead of reflecting them back to the source. Leading edges are cooled and flat thrust vectoring nozzles are present to reduce infrared emissions and therefore give less heat for heat-seeking missiles to feed off of. The Raptor's airframe is lavishly coated with radar-absorbent material to absorb whatever stubborn radar waves refuse to be deflected away. To ensure stealth components work as designed at all times, the fighter is fitted with a signature assessment system that delivers warnings when the radar signature is degraded and repair is necessary. All of these combine to ensure the Raptor has a radar cross-section of 0.0001 square meters, the radar cross-section of a steel marble. Novel engines. Powering the Raptor are two Pratt & Whitney F119-PW-100 augmented turbofan engines. These engines are closely spaced and incorporate pitch-axis thrust vectoring nozzles for athletic-level agility. Both engines combine to produce a hefty 70,000-pound force of thrust to give the Raptor a top speed of Mach 2.25, a service ceiling of 65,000 feet, and a maximum range of 2,000 miles, more than half the radius of the planet. With such high speed and altitude, the Raptor is able to fly as fast, as high, and as maneuverable as it needs to evade ground defenses and eliminate threats. Lethal armament. To maintain its stealth profile, the F-22 usually holds its weapons internally by default. These weapons are shared across one main bay and two side bays. In the main bay is a combination of up to 665-mile range Mach 4 flying AIM-120C advanced medium-range air-to-air missiles and 1,000-pound class GPS-guided joint direct attack munitions. In the side bays are two AIM-9 sidewinders with a Mach 2.5 top speed and 22-mile range. In M61, A2 Vulcan 20mm rotary cannon with 480 rounds is also embedded in the airplane's right wing root. When stealth isn't top priority, the Raptor is able to carry extra ammo externally, up to 5,000 pounds on each of its four underwing hard points. All of these capabilities and more have made the Raptor the most dominant fighter in the world from the minute it entered service to this very day. They have also made the Raptor the most expensive fighter in history. With a unit cost of $350 million, the Raptor is simply special. So special, in fact, that there's a federal law in place preventing it from being sold or exported to any other country. And while America's second fifth-generation fighter, the F-35 Lightning II, is the most exported fifth-generation fighter in the world, the Raptor is about to get even more special too. In addition to wielding the new Mako missile, the fighter will be treated to more powerful, extensive upgrades. Just a few months ago, as the U.S. Air Force's sixth-generation fighter, the NGAD fighter, took shape, the service had mapped out the retirement of the F-22 Raptor. According to the Air Force, it was time for the Raptor to go, despite still being the most superior fighter on the planet. However, the sentiments seem to have changed greatly. Rather than prepare the Raptor for retirement in the 2030s, as announced, the Air Force is planning to spend about $7.8 billion to upgrade the fighter to be more lethal than ever. The planned upgrades would transform the Raptor into a beast of a machine and could keep it in service for much, much longer. The most notable of these upgrades are: third, stealthy reflective coatings. The first of now 3 types of exotic metallic-like coatings fitted on an F-22 Raptor was caught in the camera lens of aviation photographer Santos Caceres as the jet blasted out of Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada on the morning of November 19, 2021. The aircraft is seen covered in some reflective coating that's unlike anything seen on a Raptor before. This coating and others like it are carefully applied to not interfere with the jet's many key access points and critical systems, and they're expected to do one or both of two things: The first is to reduce the F-22 signature, specifically in the infrared spectrum, shrinking the jet's already notoriously small radar signature and making the world's first stealth fighter even stealthier. The second is an idea born out of having seen a similar highly reflective coating on the exotic airframe of the scaled composites model 401, son of Ares demonstrators that had flown a number of test flights over Naval Air Weapons Center China Lake in California. At the time, the coating was posited as a tool used in testing advanced infrared sensors, as the Air Force had made it clear that a tremendous amount of testing was ongoing on infrared search and track systems, IRSTs. Second, low observable IRST pods. Despite the Raptor's superiority, its age means it has missed out on crucial modern technologies that newer fighters, albeit inferior fighters, have. Technologies such as infrared search and track, or IRST. IRST enables fighters intelligently and passively search, detect, track, classify, and prioritize multiple airborne targets, whether the targets are up, down, sideways, or anywhere. It enables fighters engage these targets from great distances too. It is game-changing technology that the Raptor has missed out on for far too long, but anymore, as new and updated IRST pods are now slated to be installed on the fighter. This could come in the form of the TAC-IRST sensors slated to be a part of the IRDS upgrade, for which the Air Force recently awarded Lockheed Martin a $270 million contract. First, more new weapons. Multiple weapon programs are ongoing in the US to develop weapons with better capabilities than those currently in service. The AIM-26 Zero Long-Range Joint Advanced Tactical Missile is one of these weapons, a beyond visual range air-to-air missile designed as an unrivaled response to the advanced long-range missiles developed by near-peer adversaries, such as China's PL-15. Then there are the hypersonic missiles, designed to fly at least 5 times the speed of sound to ensure no military jet on the planet can outrun an American-pledged destruction. Laser and microwave-directed energy weapons aren't left out either. These weapons are capable of destroying just about anything at the fraction of current costs and time. All of these weapons under development, once ready, could find a home in the Raptor, and sitting next to Mako could make the Raptor much more destructive than it currently is. So once again, the most powerful fighter in the world is about to get even more powerful. Stealth coatings, IRST pods, and new weapons, including a groundbreaking hypersonic missile called Mako, are all expected to find a home in the Raptor. By the time they do, it would be game over. The Raptor would be unstoppable. To see this happen, the Raptor needs you to subscribe to this channel and give this video a like, so do that now, and thanks for watching.